Hi kids. Well, today is day 15 of egg development, incubating the eggs. So let's check out the temperature and the humidity. We have 37.1 degrees and 67.2% humidity. That's nice. Good. Turners are working well. Everything is going good there. The vocabulary word today is feed. And the reason I put feed on there today, it's a pretty simple word. You guys can spell that easy. But I wanted to explain some stuff about the feed. My friend Jolene delivered my chicken feed today, and she brought me a bag of chick starter feed. I only get one to start off with because I don't know how many chicks we're going to have. But can you imagine, in less than about a week, we're going to have some baby chicks. So anyway, I wanted to show you what they eat. So here is a bag of chick starter, and this is called a crumble. It's very small. Oops, stay up there, Bear. This is called crumble because chicks have very small beaks. There's some very small particles in here, so we want to make sure that they can eat this food easily. When they get bigger, of course, they'll be eating pellets. These are pellets for the nutrition that they need to be able to grow more muscle and to lay eggs and maintain laying eggs and a nice, they're good feathers that they need. Now for a treat, everybody likes a treat now and then. So this is called scratch grains. This is like dessert to them. It's got cracked corn in it and oats and barley. And what we do is we put this, they get just a few scoops of this every day. And we put it in a bucket, and then my grandson and I, Shay, we go out into the chicken yard and we scatter it across the whole area of the chicken run, and they love it. They run all around trying to pick up the little tiny pieces of grain with their beaks. Then, as another treat, now chickens eat grain, but they also like vegetation and fruits, vegetables. They eat grass, they eat bugs, but this is some of their favorite. They like celery and carrots. There's some kale in here and some lettuce and fruits. They love strawberries, they love tomatoes. All those things are like dessert to them as well, but they really like the scratch grains the best. So when a chicken eats, I was going to tell you about their digestion. When a chicken eats, they pick it up with their beak, and it goes into a place called their crop. And that's the first part of their stomach. The crop stores that food there, and then it gradually moves down into what's called the gizzard. Now the gizzard is a really strong muscle, and inside the gizzard are hard particles, rocks, sand, oyster shells, things like that. Yeah, chickens eat rocks. Can you believe it? But they have to have it because those are stored in that gizzard. And that muscle moves and it crushes the food that doesn't get digested very well into little particles for it to digest easier. From there, then, it goes to the small intestine where most of the nutrients are absorbed. But what's not absorbed goes into another place called the ceca, and the ceca is filled with bacteria. The bacteria attacks those particles that aren't digested, and it breaks them down even more. Then all that goes into the large intestine, where it absorbs more of the nutrients, and then from there goes out the back door as fertilizer. And that's what I put on my garden in the spring and the fall. Whenever we have to clean the chicken coop, I put that manure onto my garden. Works great. So I know there's a lot of information, so whatever you can remember from that, if you can put it in your journal, that'd be great. It's good education. But let's move on to our scripture today. Today is our last verse that we're going to look at from our godly life values lessons. Today it's Romans chapter 12, verse 21. It's a pretty short verse. It says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Now, I was thinking of an example of that. If we tell a fib, sometimes that fib can turn into something bigger. Turns into a full-blown lie, because sometimes we have to tell a lie to cover up our fib. And then we end up telling maybe another lie to cover up that lie. And soon we become overcome with evil because we told a lie. Now, what we need to do is, when something untruthful comes out of our mouth, we need to stop and correct ourselves. Say, no, that's not true. Here's the truth. When we say that, good overcame that evil. And that's what we want to have happen every time. Never tell a lie. It'll find you out. So, the next part that we're going to look at is, because we have several days yet of watching these eggs develop and then watching the chicks. So I want to have more scriptures for you. So I'm going to kind of go on a different vein here, some exciting stuff. What does a soldier have to have when he goes into battle? Armor. So next, we're going to start looking at the armor of God. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.